My brother and I had a very, up and down relationship, I'm not going to lie. He
Mm,
was Mr. Squeaky clean, do everything right, and I was definitely the rebel in so much as I wasn't as perfect as he was.
mm,
Um, but we still had each other. We would still, I can remember being very, very young and we would play cowboys and Indians in the back garden. I don't know if that's politically correct nowadays, but that's what we would do.
It was
You
the
know,
80s, Mandy. I
it
think you can get
was,
away
it
with it.
was. We would spend some time together playing. We'd climb trees together. I do remember him pushing me on a swing when I was about 6 and I fell off and fell into some stingy nettles. I did not let him live that down.
Mm, mm,
But as we grew up, like, he was 4 years older than me, so he passed his driving test before I did, and I
yeah.
used to love going out in the car and him driving. It was just so cool, and I'd be DJ in the car and he'd be the chauffeur, and it would just be really lovely. The siblings that I looked after, they are now in their late teens.
Mhm.
They they don't have that
Sure,
connection. I did
sure.
have to separate them. It was not working having them both here, so after 4.5 years, I did separate them. The eldest one did move
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And that was really, really difficult and such a challenging situation to be in,
Mm,
but it was the right decision for the children. The younger one was able to flourish and grow much more away from his sister's shadow, and she moved on and got the support that she needed to get from a different fostering household. So I think it was the right decision to make. But now looking at them, they've still got that very young sibling relationship. They fall out, they make up, they fall out, they make up, they tell tales on one another. It's like their sibling emotional age is
mm.
still 5 or 6.
Sure. So they're stuck. Their trauma's stuck still together at that point.
So although they have obviously chronologically grown, and we talk a lot about the difference between emotional age and chronological age, we know about that, but their sibling age when they're together is even younger than their emotional
Yeah,
age.
yeah.
And it's really hard, and it does make me feel sad because I'm not sure whether they're ever gonna have that reciprocal relationship between the 2 of them ever in the future. I think it's always going to be tumultuous, it's gonna be conflict, it's gonna be high drama
Mm.
with that element of trauma in there, and I think that's quite sad.
Did you know, it's interesting. We're both learning some today. I'd never thought about it from that point of view because, we talk a lot in our own trainings, don't we, about chronological versus emotional and developmental age and what that looks like. I'd never thought about there being a third layer and then that sibling age as well. So that's really something I'm going to take away and think about today, actually.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just something that I'm spitballing, and
I
I'm
think
sure
it
if
absolutely fits. And I'm sure, again, some of our listeners will be going, actually, yeah, I can see that. I've had siblings for X amount of time. And yet, when they're challenging with each other, it's a regressive thing, isn't it? They go right back to being, they were 3 and 4 when they came here and they're teenagers now. But every now and then, I see that 3 and 4 year old in them. So, yeah, I think definitely when we're talking about siblings, we've definitely got a third layer in there. Great infographic as well for our page, Mandy, maybe with that one. Not that I'm trying to give you anything
yeah,
else to do
okay,
today.
no pressure. I'm sure, one of our colleagues, Sarah Dillon or Sarah Nash, will completely disagree with what I've just said and rewrite it or something. But it's
Speaking to Sarah Nash tonight, so I'll drop it
well,
into conversation and see what she says. Yeah.